Newcastle International Hockey Stadium, where we have the final of the Hunter Coast Premier League in the men's. We just saw the Regals taking out the Women's Premier League. It being only Newcastle based, they defeated South Newcastle 2-1. And for this match here is an absolute belter, because we have the defending, not the defending Premiers Act, we have two sides here that are looking to get their premiership. They missed out last year, North, by being defeated by the entrance, a bit of a shock. And South Newcastle haven't been playing in the finals for a couple of seasons. So all things set up here. Traditional rivals, South in the red, North's in the blue, and the man sitting next to me played in multiple premierships for North Newcastle. His name is Nathan Wilco Wilkinson. Good afternoon, Wilco.
Good afternoon, Mossy. And as you said, traditional arch rivals here. You don't get any bigger than this. North-South, Newcastle hockey. Anything can happen in this big game, and history shows it always does.
North Newcastle beat South 5-2 in the match that got them here in the major semi-final. South got through in a penalty stroke competition against the entrance last week. So you think that North, I guess, come into this one fairly confident of being the upper side in terms of getting a victory today?
I think so, Mossy. They will come in as favourites, mainly just down to their performances this year. But as I said, anything happens in these big games, any sport. The grand final's a different game than regular competition. I'm looking forward to seeing the mix of experience and youth here in both teams. There's some good old heads in both teams, and a good range of youth that's up and coming.
We've got a number of brothers out there playing today as well. We've got Joel and Jared Reeves, who are playing for North. And the Willett brothers in Josh Willett and also Jordan Willett. The Willett name is one that has been around in North Newcastle since about the 1960s. So two brothers, sets of brothers that can go either way with brothers, can't it?
That's right. We could see anything out here today, and I think Dad's on the sideline too, calling some shots.
Yeah, and continuing a rich tradition in the net for South Newcastle is the goalkeeper Jacob Deering. And there's South Newcastle in the red. I'll just go through their side from top to bottom. Jacob Deering in the net, Jaden Eckert, Scott McKenzie, Dean Farrow, Nat Skleros, Tristan Hunt, Kyle Bosworth, John Finance, Sam Mould, the ageing Simon Vimpani, Tom Duck, Tim Burstle, Clint Osborne, Ben Chu, and wrapping it up is Lucas Modem. And for North, the goalkeeper being Sean O'Brien, Josh Willett, Nick Hill, Matt Dawson, Josh Willett, Connor Ayers, Ryan Holding, Mitch Brown, Theo Grushka, Ben Howie, Jared Reeves, his brother Joel, Dane Pettit returning after a hiatus of 4 years, Sean Fraser, Dave Broughton, Jesse Moss, son of the greatest, and brother of the greatest, and Hamish Dundas. So South are out there on the field. You can see North on the screen. That's Connor Ayers, and talking away with the blue stick being David Broughton. And the man of the moment is in the background there, just on the right of screen there, is Matt Dawson. Just a bit of instruction. He is an Australian development player, and any set piece inside that 25 being a penalty corner will see him rattle the back of the net if they give him more than one.
That's right. Souths are definitely target Matty Dawson. He is a key player. He's the general, and we'll see today that plenty of North's attack will be based and centred around Matt Dawson. So
a huge rivalry here that's been lasted back the last 15 years. And we played in a number of those together. Wilco, some of those you won, some of those you lost. North's being favourites today in a grand final. Anything can happen.
And it usually does, Mossy. We shall see. So this time of the game, structures will be set, and the whistle just about to go.
And the umpires today we have from South Australia, Tim Pullman. He'll be over there near the clubhouse here at the Western Grandstand. He is from South Australia and refereed at the last World Cup and Olympics. And on the sideline here, you'll be hearing the voice of Dave Gentles, has been an absolute standout umpire over the last decade. He'll be mic'd up. He's also an Olympic and World Cup umpire as well. So two of the best here in Australia called up for the Newcastle competition. We're just about to get things underway. Kyle Bosworth scored 3 goals last week. He'll be playing up front very aggressively, and Simon Vimpani in the centre of midfield grabs the ball. Rolling it back on the inside, Finance. Yellow boots today. Nice little ball out to Bosworth. Under pressure early here, North. He'll be looking to get the penalty corner. Has a shot. Man on the near post. O'Brien's there for North, though. And Broughton comes away with the ball. Gives it up. Still alive here for South, but pushed out by Broughton. Dangerous position. Dawson, will he go over? Yes, he does. Beautifully. Finds Willett. Jordan, that is. And North's very, very strong, as you'll see here, through the midfield. Nat Skliros, former Tigers junior. Made his way over south a couple of years ago. And here's Sam Mould. Kid from Dubbo, came up here to play do university and has played for the South Newcastle side for the best part of 5 years. Going back to DeWitt, Tristan Hunt. And DeWitt just couldn't quite get that one, didn't want to trap that one. In fact, it's Modem, sorry, over there. Didn't want to trap that one on the back of his stick. And after a minute and a half, Wilco, it's been all south.
Well, structures are trying to get into place here. You can already see a pretty solid defence from North, and we'll look out for that long ball too further on in the game. It's going to come. So it's a long corner. Referee Tim Moat puts that over there. Another long corner here for North. Tim Pullman, rather, the referee. Going forward, driving inside. Here's going to be an opportunity. Jared Reeves couldn't pick up the ball from a little deflection from Sean Fraser. Jared Reeves, leading goal scorer this year for North in the competition.
Very, very prolific. Vimpani to Hunt. The ball had gone over the sideline. Jared Reeves. There's here Dave Jennels there. And Dave Broughton's going to bring that one from the sideline.
Well, Dave Jennels setting a precedent early. They're going to be strict on any stopped ball, making sure that's well on the line. So no shortcuts for any players today.
He's one of those referees that the players just love refereeing under. He's got a lot of respect. I guess, you know, almost the Bill Harrigan without the ego.
Yeah, a lot of respect there, definitely.
Here goes Broughton. Down the line. Joel Reeves looking like a bushranger. I spoke to him before the start of play and he said it does slow him down a little bit, but he likes the look.
He told me he doesn't run.
Tristan Hunt. Oh, shocking ball across. Goes to the far post. Shot! Oh, Fraser goes wide. Should have done better from there, Fraser. And the ball from Jared Reeves. But it came off a mistake by Tristan Hunt. A little bit complacent at the back. As you see him now punching the ball out to Modem.
Yeah, very unselfish play there by Reeves at the top of the D, and Fraser in space should have done better.
Lucas Modem goes down the line to Mould, back to Modem, but giving the ball up. A little bit too soft there. Hill, kid from Orange, the New South Wales under-21 side. Reeves goes to the far post. Jacob Deering does well off the right boot. And a number of players here for South Newcastle. The younger players will be playing in their first ever grand final, but you look out there, you see the likes of John Finance and Simon Vimpani as well, who've played in probably the last 12 grand finals.
Or more.
More, I'd say, than that, yeah.
And a lot of good genes in that keeper there too. Mossy Deering, father and grandfather both play for Australia. Bit of expectation there.
Here's an opportunity. Pettit. Great tackle, but it did hit the foot there of DeWitt. Goes up. Can he get a shot away? Hits the short corner, and that is brilliant stuff there by Nick Hill. Just was a bit opportunistic there. Went inside. The man picks up the penalty corner, and Matt Dawson, who you'll see come into screen in just a moment here with a number 4 on his back as he comes down now. Guaranteed this will be a flick and he'll go low.
Well, let's just look. How are they going to set this battery up? First short corner of the game. Great play there by Nick Hill. Took the opportunity. South gave him space. They can't afford to do that. They've got to be really on top of him and man-to-man right here in defence.
And premiership winning captain for North, 3-0 Grushka. He's over the ball. You'll have to wait for the masks and gloves. It'll be coming on for the runners and defenders. Grushka. Joel Reeves on the trap. Dawson goes high. Great save. brilliant save. That's the first corner of the game, the first test to the defensive battery of the South Newcastle outfit, and they did well, Wilco.
That's what he's there for. He did his job there.
Here goes Pettit. That was very, very rough indeed. Pettit's hit the ground. I know he was sick early in the week. And Bosworth has gone in very hard. Contesting the ball though, Wilco, and Pettit's done well. And he's given Kyle Bosworth a yellow card. No, he's given it to Pettit, has he?
Both hard players. Petto just went in from the wrong side there. It was a clear yellow.
10-minute yellow. Well, there you go. That could well prove to be a decisive factor. Very rarely do you see a 10-minute yellow card. Standard is 5. So for the next 10 minutes, North Newcastle, or Norths, will be playing one man down.
Well, both of those players, Mossy, don't hold back. We'll see some strong hockey today from Kyle Bosworth and Petto. Well, he's having an early rest. He'll come back pumped up.
Fiery Lithgow boy there, Wilco.
Yeah, hello to all the Lithgow people out there watching.
I know we've got some viewers out there at Mount Lambie. G'day, Trina and Mick and family. And that overhead there by Broughton has gone a little bit too far, and he's copped a few words there by Tommy Duck. DeWitt goes inside to Fernance. Beautiful ball. Opportunity now, Duck. Defensively stuffed there by Hill. In fact, it was Ryan Holding. Now, believe it or not, Wilco, Ryan Holding, as a junior, favourite player, was me. Fact.
He was a bit misunderstood in his youth.
Apparently they liked me because I was the only one who wore tennis shoes on the pitch. Didn't go for the hockey shoes. But anyway.
Rod Laver.
Very Rod Laver-like. Another redhead, Matt Dawson.
So we saw that over earlier by Broado, Mossy, and you really play that move at your peril, I think. The over, it's a high-risk move. We'll see it a lot today. Let's just see how much it will be successful.
So it is a free hit to Norths. Here we go. You can take the ball yourself for those who haven't watched the game for a few years. Dawson elects go low. Tristan Hunt, the Australian country defender, easily plays it out. Not a first good couple of touches for Fraser. Here's Bosworth. Fire. Looks up the number 7. Goes down to Duck. Duck turns left, right, but Broughton too good. Too good. Jordan Willett. Nick Hill. And again, very strong at the back. There's Nick DeWitt. Jaden Eckert, kid from Ipswich. Played Australian country for Queensland and now for New South Wales. He lives in Bathurst. Plays with some Pats out there. You've already got to mention Wilco in today's commentary, because in the women's it was Jen Baxter, who's from the same club as well. Some of the best come from the West.
From the West.
Here we go, back with the play.
South should take an opportunity here just to get a bit of control in that offensive 25. They're a little bit radical, and already we're seeing that battle between experience and youth, Mossy, which is what I come to see.
Jordan Willett. He's been a man of the match in grand finals before. Nat Skleros does well. Broughton defending. Boswell over the ball. Fakes the hit. A little jinking ball down the side. Duck does well. Free hit given away. Penalty corner. Thought it may well have been raised, but little Tommy Duck does well there, and it's the first penalty corner for South Newcastle.
Tommy Duck did really well. He had Matt Dawson on the back hole there. Matt Dawson knew he had to get the 5. He worked hard to get back there, but Duck was all over it. He knew what he had to do, and he got into the circle, forced a short corner. South's first short corner here, and they've got some great attacking options too on the short corner options. Let's see what they've got. 1, 2 batteries up the top. We will see Vimpani dropping the ball. North setting their defensive line here, putting their protective gear on.
And Sam Mould is the preferred option off the battery there. A prolific goal scorer. As you'll see here, that'll go straight to him. And Tristan Hunt all the way back. Oh no, sorry. Thought he was up there taking the hit out. It's Jaden Eckert. Vimpani traps. Fake. Finance. Looking for the Bobby Dazzler, and there it is! It's in the back of the net! And South Newcastle have taken the lead here. It's 1-0 to South.
Well, put that goal down to Tommy Duck, I think, Mossy. He did the hard work outside the circle. Very experienced play for a young fella. He worked into the circle. First goal, South, 1-1.
Nice little variation there. Gave it, once again, the commentator's curse to Sam Mole, but a very, very well constructed penalty corner. And they're leading 1-0. They've got their tails up here, the Lions.
Player down North. They're going to have to work for another 4-5 minutes.
Nice ball down the line. Mould can't pick it up though.
Oh, well read Broughton. So if we look what's coming out here on a 16-yard hit, Broughton's got not many blue around him. They're quite spread. I think they need to get a little bit closer. They might go back to Dawson, sitting in the circle. He's looking forward. Broughton out to the sideline to Grushka.
So there's Grushka. Wins a nice little free hit off the foot. No, he might just play it on the sideline. It didn't really impede. So Broughton once again. Dave Jones just popping the ball down on the sideline for him. Nice little ball, but Vimpani's there. Foot, they appeal for a foot. North. They're not playing the whistle. And here's an opportunity. It's going to be Finance inside the circle. Coming out really well there for North was Nick Hill, and the keeper was called into play as well. We've got a man on the deck. It looks like it's John Finance. And it was Nick Hill, I think you'll find, that probably may well have saved North from being 2-0 down.
Well, it was a very awkward fall there for the experienced Finance. He knows that position well. He can put him in there with his eyes closed. And what I did like there is the strong attack from Sean O'Brien in goals there. He came out, he met the attack face to face and caused a bit of push and shove here. So definitely fires are flaring here, Mossy.
Dawson goes flat. What a ball it was. Willett can't pick it up. And here's DeWitt. And Dawson, in fact, it was Willett just getting her foot on that. So a free hit given inside the 25, hugging the sideline here in the Western Field. And our matchday sponsor, Waco Quick Form. Check them out at wacoquickform.com.au. Nice little overhead there by Tristan Hunt, but he'll go over the back line.
We can see in the last couple of minutes, Mossy, this game really opening up. They're using the width, both teams, and that'll be the key for the rest of the game. We've got to use that width. You can't get stuff going up that middle third of the field.
So North with 10 men. Dane Pettit was given a 10-minute yellow card here in the grand final by Tim Pullman and North Newcastle. So just trying to get their structure. Sort of spreads them out when there's 10 men, isn't it, Wilco?
It does make a difference. One player off. He should be back on any second now, I think, and we'll see a full-strength North back into it.
He's got a couple of minutes left. Ball goes over the sideline. So South here looking to put the press on North. And North, a little bit of talk amongst the players as well. Broughton will take it down. What do you think of the press here applied by South, Wilco?
Well, they're very experienced at it. They know what they've got to do. Each player knows their job.
Jesse Moss.
Dave Jennels.
And Moss just a little bit fiery there, the Bathurst boy. And I know the South boys love to give it to him, and he loves to give it to them. Connor Ayres can't make the trap. Fraser almost got there, but didn't.
Very experienced umpiring here by Dave Jennels. He's stamping down any slight little incident. He knows that this game has the potential to blow up, and it's not going to happen under his watch.
And Tim Pullman giving away a 10-minute yellow early on as well. You know, so they're definitely clamping down. I haven't seen a 10-minute yellow for a while, and to give that in the grand final goes to show you how they stand.
Yeah, in such an early spot in the first 10 minutes of the game. Precedent.
Good position here by South. Nat Skleros over the ball. Will they go back and around? They do. DeWitt down the sideline. Skleros, beautiful pickup. Can he get around Willett? Goes flat and square, straight to Nick Hill, kid from Orange. Look at the pace. He has got pace to burn. There'll be a yellow card there. And there it is. It's Cheese. And it's 10.
Well, we're just saying, Mossy, the precedent's set, and I think all players better be on guard here. If this keeps coming, well, there's only one way for it to go, isn't it? It'll change colour.
Wow. Wow, Wilco. So with South up 1-0 against the 10-man north side, Pettit comes back onto the pitch. So a number of placements by Coach Dave Willett for North. Ben Howie's on at left half as well. And Pettit couldn't pick that one that was just touched by Hunt, and it's always hard to get those ones, isn't it, Wilco?
Those rockets that come through. We won't see too many of those today, but be on guard.
Reeves, Jared, Jaden Eckert looks up. Look at him, vision, pointing, angles. Bosworth down the line, beautiful. Duck v Dawson. Does well, Tommy Duck, to come on the inside. Ah, beautiful play there. Nice and straight. Joel Reeves. Theo Grushka beats his man. Look for Reeves, but Tristan Hunt does well for South. And the ball cleared. Bounced off a North stick, so it will be brought into play by South Newcastle here on the halfway line for quick form construction. Scaffold.
Very impressive. Very impressed with Tom Duck at the moment, Moss. He's owning that right wing there, and apart from a little bit of inexperience there, just getting around the defence, he's doing a great job. South coach Stuart Deering sending out some instructions there to his players.
Eckert, what a beautiful ball that is to Duck. Pierced 3 or 4 players on the back stick. Dawson. From the Central Coast, but played all of his juniors with North Newcastle. Here we go, here's Petto. He's got Reeves on the inside. Not a good ball. Nice deflection there by Motum, but he should have done better there. Here's Dawson. Look at the poise. Look at that. Brilliant ball. Ayers out to Grushka. He's got players everywhere. Here's an opportunity. Moss, shot, great save. Brilliant save, Jacob Deering. Moss with a slap shot outside the right post and about 10 yards out. Probably should have done better from there, but it was a great save by Deering. Here's the breakaway. Sam Mould. Sam Mould goes straight around Holding. Can Holding come back? He does. That's brilliant defence. What a great battle. That's going to be out there on the left-hand side for South. And Holding does well. Spent a couple of years up in Lismore, went up there for university, and has made his way back down here to North. Spoke to him before the start of play, and he said he's looking forward to getting back out there for his first one in a few years.
He's such a strong player, Mossy. He always was as a junior. He's even stronger now, and very, very smart. A smart hockey player.
Hill, tackled heavily. Plays on. And Moss just holding back there.
The veteran Farrow in the centre there holding his own as he makes his way up to the circle. Very expensive play here, and top-class hockey at the moment, Mossy, end-to-end.
Right. Spoke to Dean Farrow during the week, and he scored a penalty stroke last week to help put his side into the grand final. And he said, I only got one touch in the game, and that was it. Here's an opportunity for South. Farrow, the man of the moment, giving the ball up. It's with Moss now, and he finds Hill. Nice and short and square. Looks up. Down the line. Hill. Moss is there, but beautiful play now to Grushka. Grushka, little jinking one. Here's an opportunity for North. They had 3 players there. They throw their hands on their hips. The head's ducked. Here's an opportunity, breakaway. 3 on 4 defenders though. Modem cuts back in. Beautiful ball. Bosworth in the air. Howie. Stick goes to ground. Bosworth, dangerous from here. He's got strength. Mould has a shot, hits the sideboard. So it's still 1-0 after 20 minutes.
Great opportunity for Norse back there. If we see someone run that back line, a popular ball back, Mossy, is to that 7-yard spot, the dot. No one was there. Pedo was sitting about 2 out on the left post. Chance gone.
Type of chances you need to take as well. Howie.
Great ball.
Here we go, Moss with the ball. Beautiful pass. Ayers gives it up, and they just in disarray at the top here. North. They've got players everywhere, but they just can't get the finesse on that final ball.
Solid defense.
Here's Bosworth looks up, beats Dawson. Here's going to be an opportunity. Shot, but a great save there by Sean O'Brien. It went straight at him, and sometimes they're the ones you're not expecting to.
Well, I think Farrow getting a few more minutes than he was expecting here today. With the early injury to John Finance, we might have to get an update on how he's going. Duck looking ready to come back on.
We know that Finance come into this game, as he has for quite some time, with a, I think it's a thigh injury. So a bit of a question mark on him. But yeah, South will really need him to be out there, but definitely not if they're injured. McKenzie punches it out. Eckert does well. Gives away a free hit though. Wasn't that great defence there at the back? And it was
Holding.
Ryan Holding. Howie. Vimpani picks up. Here they go, North on the surge. Defenders there, attackers as well. Moss with the ball, goes to Hill. Back to Moss, missed trap, but they got plenty there. Has a shot, goes wide, and that was Reeves. In fact,
well, for any other player, Mossy, I'd say it was a low percentage shot, but Jared Reeves, he can put them in from the back line.
Seen it many, many times, and at the end of the day, you want your strikers to back themselves. Let's be honest. Cool, calm and collected there, Dawson to Howie. And Howie, one of two players on the pitch, born and raised and played their hockey in Dubbo, as I mentioned earlier, the other one being Sam Mould. So quite a number of players here from outside of the region. And saw there Josh Willits on the field for North. And Howie does well, takes one for the team there, brilliant stuff. So if you have just joined us here on the Waco Quick Form Men's Premier League in Newcastle, it's 1-0 obviously, you can see that, but also North had a man off for 10 minutes. He's back on the field, and South still have a man in the dugout as well who got 10 minutes as well. Trying to go forward, Duck. Looks up. He's got Eckert outside of him, and it's a terrible ball. Probably could have done better with that. With 10 minutes to go, or just over 10 minutes, a little bit of fatigue might start to creep in the back end of this half. It's where your rotations have to come into play, Wilco.
Yeah, and a few players are carrying injuries as you mentioned before. And not only Finance and the Reds, but with the Blues, we've got a couple of boys that are carrying injuries. Grushka up the sideline.
Loses his footing. Fraser. Oh, taken heavily by Vimpani. That looks like it may be yellow. No. Grushka. Oh, brilliant stuff. Tristan Hunt. Oh, that's a penalty corner. No. Moss comes on the inside, looking to jag his way through. Pettit, shot, goal! The man who spent 10 minutes in the sin bin has come up and made for it. Dane Pettit rattles the back of the net, and it's now 1-1.
Prolific goal scorer, Petto. He had a bit of an early rest. He wouldn't have been predicting that one, but not his best shot there, but successful.
Saw the way Moss there just found his way in to the ball to Petto's path. He sort of almost barreled his way through. No, Petto, you don't see him miss many goals. It's a one-on-one with the keeper. It was a slight angle. You had an angle there, but what a ripping goal that was.
Well, you can put that goal also down to great work by Matty Dawson. He didn't wait for that whistle. The whistle, but he played strong and he played hard and he attacked that circle.
He's holding. Nice little burst of speed there to pick that one up. Others wouldn't have. And the searching pass doesn't make its way. There's a couple of strikers there, but North, they needed that goal. Vimpani to Hunt. A very rare mistake. You probably won't see another one of those in the match by Tristan Hunt. This has been a massive get for South and one of their better players over a number of years as well. It's a rock in defence.
And for all the viewers there at the moment, we look at North's forward line. It will constantly rotate. We've got our top three at the moment: Fraser, Petto, Reeves. You watch them rotate.
Willett picks it up. He's hit, not a good one. Fraser picks it straight out of his pocket there. Fraser looks up, probably plays not the ball he needed to. Reeves hits the deck, still alive. But Fraser should have gone right to Theo Grushka, and a beautiful pass down the line there from Eckert. DeWitt looks up, fresh on the park, after a little spell on the sideline. And Hill at the back with the back stick. Does go over, and it's considered to be high. And it sort of surprises me with those ones because you can flick it over, but you can't hit it like that. Probably to, I guess, stop the danger, if anything.
That's correct. Tristan Hunt just having a rest for South.
Eckert. This ball takes a deflection and North's come out with it. Willett. Brilliantly done. Looks up. There's no better man on the field to be looking up to see outside who in space than Matthew Dawson. Australian development squad member. I remember him as a young kid in the under-15s. He was a bit porky and a bit slow. A bit like Simon Orchard, who wasn't porky or slow, but they came and spent an off season and really ripped in, and now they're playing for Australia.
He's one boy who's worked very hard on his hockey and continues to do.
And it's something for all the kids out there, isn't it? That you know, at that stage you may not be seen as the best player in the state, but if you rip in and have a go, then that's, you know, destiny's, I guess, out there for you to represent Australia.
Yeah, and then we'll see another attacking option here by North. Let's see what they can build up. Slow holding out to Hill.
And Hill drives it down. Fraser, too heavy on his touch. There's Mould, he's got Bosworth outside of him. That's a very heavy tackle by Mould, but takes all the ball, well played. Duck, inside, high, free hit to North, nope, play on. Not considered dangerous. South with many players around the ball there. McKenzie looks up and just wins a free hit. In fact, it was Ben Chu who's on the paddock there at left half.
Yeah, Ben Chu only just on for Tristan Hunt.
There's Modem. It's probably the one thing that goes in against South is the fact that their bench hasn't got the depth of North.
And I think already South strikers are looking a little bit tired, a little bit one-dimensional in their play.
Trying to find Fraser. It would be a great pickup if you can. Oh, beautiful touch on there, Sean Fraser. He's got to come on the inside of Chew. He does. Back stick shot by Reed. Goes over and wide. And it was an audacious shot on goal from that angle off the back stick. We have seen him net him.
Well, the Tomahawk. It's a wild shot. And Reeves unsuccessful on that time.
When you nail them, you absolutely nail them. Scott McKenzie there gives the ball up. Willett again giving up possession. Eckert. You go to Farrow inside. Farrow's there. Tackled by Dawson, but just took the stick. So a free hit will be given there for a stick check. For those unfamiliar with the game, your stick cannot hit the other person's stick and to a disadvantage of that player. And there's holding to Fraser. Two North juniors. Both came through the same era with the Willett brothers. Provided the source of this golden generation for North. Oh, Hill makes his way through, has a shot. It did go in the back of the net, but it had hit him on the body.
Yeah, referee Pullman pulling it up well clear before Hill went into the circle there. No advantage.
Oh, Willett once again gives up the ball. Duck. Overhead. Can Dawson pick up? He needed to. Just calm and composed. Look at that angle he runs and the pace and the vision. Just brilliant.
And defence turns straight into attack.
Chu. Wide to McKenzie. And Broughton does well, just nudging the ball over the sideline. So South Newcastle were first on the board.
Tristan Hunt back on for McKenzie. And the super sub himself, Dean Farrow, who's getting more minutes than he thought. He's off. And Bosworth back on. Sam Mould.
Eckert. Let's go straight to Sean Fraser. 2-on-3 defenders. Connor Ayers comes into play. Fraser's there. He goes to Ayers. Just took the deflection off Hunt, and that's the experience.
Just a little too slow there by Fraser.
The experience of Hunt there. Just got the foot. Reeves. Joel. And it's a 16-yard hit. As given in by referee Tim Pullman. And the clock up there, 32 minutes gone. It may not reflect the actual clock. We don't have the official clock here, so we'll keep you updated with that. Provides a bit of added excitement as well.
Well, we're in the last 5 minutes. Critical time here for both teams, Mossy. Let's see who can gain a bit of possession and work their way into the circle, maybe a short corner.
DeWitt. Bosworth does well right to left, keeps going. And Matt Dawson are back there, but a free hit given inside the 25, and rightfully so. In fact, it's to be taken outside. Oh, nice pass from Skleros. Willett. Broughton's there. Back to Skleros, and Connor Ayers just edges that one off his left hand attached to the stick, goes over the sideline. So South still on the attack here inside the 25. Short one. Back to Skleros. Inside, Eckert. Very clever player. Oh, heavy stick check inside, but the free hit have been given outside. Vimpani. Goes wide to McKenzie. To Modem, rather.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about, Mossy. A little bit of possession. If you can hold on to that ball for a couple of set play, for a couple of plays, you're working into that circle, and most players will be trying to get a short corner. With such strong attacking options on the short corner for both teams, it's an option.
Vimpani, he looks up, former New South Wales player, still playing brilliant hockey in his 30s. Here's Pettit, looks right, goes left, Fraser, Hunt's there, goes around him, cuts back on the inside, wins the penalty corner. No, play on, says the referee, and another one. Oh, well.
I don't know what more Fraser could have done there. It seemed to me he jinked the ball back between the South players' legs, but Pullman playing some good advantage.
Modem on the inside. Chu has to be stronger. And referee Tim Pullman there, he's very strong on the whistle. Pass, diving down, pickup was DeWitt brilliantly. The ball's not a good one though. Moss. Wins the free hit on halfway. So we're bearing down on half time. The goal here to either side will really give their tail a wag in the air. Here's Willett, hasn't had the best of halves. Looks up, beautiful ball this time though. Ayers to Willett. They're not really showing much width here, North. They're going one-dimensional straight. And the crowd giving a few what fours over there, which is exactly what we would expect.
Well, North's just looking for some patience and structure here.
Here's an opportunity. Willett has a shot. Deering it goes to. Moss can't, Ayers can't pick it up. And it's just pushed out there by Chu. Looking up. Vimpani.
Great save, Deering.
Another great save as well. Here go North with the ball. And I think we'll be seeing the half-time whistle blown very, very shortly. Though we did have a few cards and we saw players on the deck as well. Ryan Holding, matchday sponsor today, Waco Quick Form. For your scaffolding needs, please give them a buzz. Check it out online. Joel Reeves on the left-hand side. Jordan Willett. I've given him the commentator's curse by saying he hasn't had a good first half, and the last 2 touches have been brilliant.
Well, look out for Junior Reeves, as his teammates call him here, Mossy. He's lurking in that circle. Great experience and can finish a goal.
Ball alive here, Reeves, the brother. Oh, he probably should have lined that one up for a shot. He'll know that as well.
Time, still time. Restructure here from North. We look up. Mossy's making a lead.
Broughton to Dawson at the back. He has Holding out on the right-hand side. Ayers will make a lead into the right inside channel, which dragged space, but Skleros read it well. Well played again by Skleros. Dawson cut off there, Sam Mole, which would have been 1-on-1 with Broughton. There's not long left in seat. Oh, shot, and it's a goal! From out of nowhere, as you said, Junior Reeves. Unbelievable stuff there by Jared. It took a deflection right on the stroke of half-time, and North lead this one 2-1.
And great play, Matty Dawson. He read that play in defence. If he wasn't there, that was a clear getaway for South, but excellent play. And Junior, well, he's done that before, and I think he's done it in grand finals. He was the man on the spot.
Oh, brilliant stuff there. It's not easy as those balls are coming through. You're not expecting the deflection, and then you have to pick it up with a stick that's only best of 3 inches wide, and he's done that well and found the back of the net. And Deering, who is, I guess, stranded in the middle and more to the left hand of the post as he sees it, he had no chance.
Well, perseverance to the North's team. We've seen a lot of build-up to plays in this half. Yet that one was just a big hit from their defensive half and a lurking forward, unmarked, professionally finished.
So at half-time here, it's North's leading South 2-1. Wilco, from your perspective, what I'd like to find out is if you were the coach, and let's go with South, what are some of the things you'll be talking about in the dugout now?
Well, I'd be looking for a more patient team. I think a dent in their confidence was Finance going off. Farah came on and played those minutes that Finance probably would have. Stewie would like to see a little bit more structure. They've had some great play up the wings. Young Duck has been great. He's been really strong. And I think they'll be looking for more of that wide hockey.
And for North, their coach, Dave Willett, played many grand finals, and with Stuart Deering and representative sides, what do you think will his message to his charges?
Dave will be very patient and calm. He'll be sending out the message to his strikers to remain strong, keep rotating, be quick, and for his defence to be solid and consistent.
And I guess that's one of their advantages is amongst their whole team is the fact they do have the ability to be consistent with such a number of quality players. They're bringing players off the bench that would be the best players in other teams.
Well, that's right, and we do have 2 players subbing for North who competed in the second grade grand final too, Howie and Josh Willett. But a lot of experience there, and I think we'll start to see that surface near the end of the latter half of this second half. And
if you've just joined us here at the Newcastle International Hockey Centre, results earlier in the Women's Premier League, it was Regals defeating South Newcastle 2-1. South just getting one late on the bell. And in the second grade of the men's, you might be interested to find out, it was 4-4 South Newcastle North against University, and it took Mitch Brown, with 18 seconds remaining on the clock, his penalty corner flick struck the keeper's left glove and went into the net. So it was a North grand final premiership in second grade. They've won a number of those, probably just about every one in the last 10 years. And they again take home the cup tonight in the second grade by winning 5-4. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes as the play kicks off. And once again, thanks very much to our match day sponsor, Waco Quick Form Construction. Did you talk to the ref? And we're all set to get things underway here in the second half of the Newcastle Men's Premier League, and North's leading 2-1 after being down 2-0. Both teams have had a player in the bin for 10 minutes, but it's down to 11 on 11 for the final 35 minutes of the grand final. And traditional rivals here, North and South.
Strong tackle there by Eckert.
If you talk to a lot of the old boys from North, they'll say the actual traditional rivals West, but they haven't been the dominant force that they have been for a while, and this has been of the recent sort of form in the last 15 years. It's been North and South, pretty much the dominant forces, a bit like what used to be in the Scottish Premier League and the soccer, where you had Rangers and Celtic. Obviously Rangers have been put down the divisions, but yeah, two top teams going at it today, vying it out for the cup.
Yeah, definitely a lot of history there. South in their attacking half, looking for some option from the sideline. They've gone for an over across the field and not contained.
And DeWitt couldn't take that one on the bounce. It's always tough on the bounce, especially when they've just been warded.
Well, I had a hit on here the other night, Mossy, and these brand new pitches only laid the start of this year. Really, really good even bounce and a lot of skid when it comes off.
Reeves. Vimpani, look at the flight. Look at the vision, the angle. He just pulls the strings in the midfield, Simon Vimpani.
The veteran.
There's actually a West junior, came across to South later. There's a number of West juniors actually out there on the park. Dean Farrow and David Broughton for North. And look, here's an opportunity. Broughton in unfamiliar territory up front, and you can see that he looks around, he doesn't know where to go. And he goes to the goal scorer, Jared Reeves, where the ball was about 2 metres off.
I think if these players were wearing GPS monitors, Mossy, we'd see the Vimpani be one of the highest runners, I think, in this game. He'd be running up around 7 or 8 kilometres a game, I think.
Hunt on the angle to DeWitt, and that's 2 that he hasn't got a hold of. It's the last thing that you want, and Sean Fraser will tell him all about it. That's what he's doing. Here goes Fraser to Reeves. Couldn't get it to Grushka. He'll have to take it back out, Fraser. And that's what he does. So he can't directly hit the ball in. It has to travel 5 yards before there's holding, getting in. Play on, says the blue team, Norse, because they would have had a shot there, Grushka. The referee has, at his discretion, the ability to allow the ball to play on if an advantage would be given to the attacking team. Willett. Nicely tackled there by Skleros. Trying to build something up. Eckert down the right-hand side in front of the crowd. Looks up. Beautiful stuff there by Pettit, working hard in defence. They really rotate their players around in general, North, don't they, from the midfield to strikers?
Yeah, they do. They've got some options. Central midfield to striker. We've got a lot of players. They've got a lot of players who can play a lot of positions.
Expert comments provided here by former North's premiership player Nathan Wilkinson. So if he does say we every now and then, he can be forgiven.
Once again, Duck with some brilliant work in the circle. He's becoming a real danger man for South here.
Driving it in there is Modem rather. The ball's deflecting around and a free hit given to North. So 2-1, it's not a lead of any conviction at all. So North will still be looking to press hard here. South are chasing the game. And Dawson's ball goes over, finds Fraser, who couldn't trap. He's a Australian representative in floorball. He's played a number of World Cups. He's got amazing skills. Floorball, kind of like ice hockey, but on a basketball court, obviously without skates. Willett comes from a family, a 3rd-generation North player. Also was once predicted to be an Australian player.
Coming into this game with a slight injury, Mossy.
There's his brother Josh. No, in fact, that was another brother, being Joel Reeves.
Jordan Willett with right ankle heavily strapped. You can't see it, of course, under his sock, but he's not 100%, and it's showing in his game today, but still plenty of time.
Hunt goes over, 50 metres on the fly. Broughton trap, Mole will. He's got 2 defenders to beat in front of him, and he almost did. Brilliant stuff, but what a tackle it was from Broughton. Dawson. And Mole just picks the ball up.
Broughton showing his experience in defence. He's in the right spot at the right time, and that's not luck. That's a man who's reading the game perfectly.
Dawson. Pettit picks it up well. But launching again, we have 2 very, very quality central defenders in Dawson for North and Tristan Hunt for South. Ball takes a little bit of a deflection, and it's going to be a long corner to North.
And once again, Junior Reeves with a little bit of space in the circle. South need to watch him. He's not being very tightly. So just look out for Junior Reeves again.
Jordan Willett takes it back out. There's a free hit inside. Goes left, right, and everywhere. The ball goes over the sideline, nicely deflected by Hunt. Eckert, rather. He's on the ground with Willett. Willett takes it fast, jinking it in, trying to make the referee put 2 hands up for a penalty corner, but it's not the case. So the game's at a little bit of a lull here, as Norths are trying to penetrate into the circle from close to the back line. Plenty of movement now. Fraser down to Reeves. It's hit a foot. Fraser goes in. And free hit given away. North players won't be happy with that, and they'll have to work back hard. Fraser does. Sam Mould. Pace. Chew. He looks up. Great defence by Dawson. Beautiful ball. Modem inside. But Dawson's there thwarting the defence the offensive opportunity there for South.
Broughton again, the man on the money there. Read it like a book. So we see a little bit of possession in North up the front there, and they're attacking 25. No real successful options at the moment, but they'll keep pegging away.
Playing with North, and Grushka's ball goes over the sideline at the junction of the 25. And will be brought back into play by Tristan Hunt for South. Goes back to DeWitt. Finds Hunt, who looks up, goes down the line, but Grushka's there. Grushka wins what would be a free hit, surely. Holding to Hill. His ball goes to Bosworth, though. And a free hit given away. Bosworth goes straight away. Norths aren't happy, reckon it was a little bit too far away. Dawson at the back for Norths. He looks up. Doesn't have too many players around him, so he's forced to go over and hope that the ball bounces and goes straight past DeWitt, but it doesn't. South are finding a little bit more of their mojo here. Norths will have to watch out. Their midfield's not working back. And here we go. Sam Mould drives it in. Oh, popping up at the back post, but O'Brien, brilliant for North. Is still alive. Has a shot. Should have been play on. Should have been play on there, I believe. Tim Pullman seen something else. Perhaps it had already hit a foot. But a penalty corner here for South. And let's see. They scored 1 off 1. Can they make it 2 off 2?
A lucky escape there from North, but I think consistent play for umpire Pullman. He's been playing that all game. Yeah. Hasn't been too much advantage, and he's blown his whistle hard and early. Just had a substitution from North. Jared Reeves off, Connor Ayers on.
Big difference between a discussion and an argument.
So Eckert on the push out. Vimpani to trap. Mould on the flick with the 10 on his back, and to the left of him is Kyle Bosworth. Referee Pullman just having a chat to North's defence. Eckert out, trap, flick, saved O'Brien. Still alive though. Penalty corner given. North's not happy at all. And a number of players there going straight to referee Pullman, who with all his experience doesn't get in any conversation whatsoever. Just stands there, shakes his head, and says, North, well, you guys have got a job, and that's to get into the back of the net.
Yeah, well, you could probably deem that a slightly harsh call, but it was a 50-50 challenge, stick on stick. Attackers usually get the advantage there.
I'm
Sean O'Brien, great save down low.
I'm sure North would have been happy if they had it up the other end. Eckert out. Vimpani traps. Mould drags left to right. Hill still alive. Touches her foot. And Bosworth has gone down. He's been hit. He's gone down. There'll be players everywhere. O'Brien never short of a stink. And everyone's around. There's lots of words being exchanged. Simon Vimpani went as far as saying there was hate in the paper today between the two clubs on the field. But off the field, they were mates.
Well, there's history there too between Bosworth and O'Brien. I don't think there was anything in it. What do you think, Mossy?
Well, it's hard to say. To be honest, they both came together. Bosworth had already sort of come together with someone else, and it looks like Sean O'Brien may be in a bit of trouble here. North have a substitute keeper, Roland Hatton, in waiting to come on, and we'll just see Simon Vimpani and Dave Broughton, both the captains of the sides, being chat, and we'll hear what's going on.
We don't want to start ditching people, so you either settle down and start playing some really good hockey.
Gentles.
It's really skillful, otherwise we'll jump in. So it's up to you guys.
So O'Brien, possibly a lucky escape. Bosworth just came off the field. Yeah, his right shoulder, holding his right shoulder, and I can see down here John Finance. He'll take no further part in the match. Unless there's a penalty strokes, I guess. Which is always on the cards. And it's play on. Brilliantly done there. Chu. Brilliant. Goes to the back line, wins a free hit. Probably was hoping for a little bit more. So a 2-1 here. 13 minutes gone at Newcastle International Hockey Centre in the Hunter Coast Men's Premier League Grand Final, North and South. Last 2 years it's been North in the entrance, with the entrance coming up with the goods last year by beating North, but they got defeated by South in the final and couldn't make their way into this match. Dawson there, Skleros does well. Dawson with Hill out wide. He'll look up and see Grushka in front of him, Pettit. He'll take him on brilliantly. Reeves is out on this side here. Ayres down the line, couldn't trap, had to do better.
Reeves just raising that ball slightly to go to the defender's stick, and that just made it that little bit more difficult for Ayres to regain that trap. South now out of their 25 and over the sideline. Turnover.
Here we go. Theo Grushka. Superstitious Theo, he likes to have the number 9 on his back. Goes down, Pettit's there. He's already seen himself with a double yellow. That's going to be a red card. It has been a long time since we've seen a red card in a grand final, but Dane Pettit, from a body check, it looked 50-50 from here, but North will be playing for the next 20 minutes with 10 men.
Well, that's the beauty of getting first to the ball, Mossy. Petto was second to the ball there, a little bit slow, and I think the right call from the referee.
So North, they're leading by 1 goal, but they're 1 man down. South, what can they do? This one's set for a belter. South coming back. Oh, Connor Ayres comes forward. It's going to be him and the keeper, but can't control. Keeps going. He'll get there. Just couldn't get it completely. Took an air swing and goes over the sideline. But yes, Wilco, this one will fire up South. It's been a few years. They're down 2-1. North, 1 man down on the clock on the for the rest of the match.
Well, Coach Willett will be yelling composure, composure, composure from the sideline right now. 10 men, that's what they need.
No advantage, guys, just slow it down. It's all right. Yours might have been.
Skleros out wide. Duck. There's Duck. It was Burstle touching the ball before. First touch of the match on the field. Broughton. To Holding. Broughton again. Nice little touch down the line to Grushka. Broughton. And a free hit given away for a stick check. And look at this, Simon Vimpani once again comes out. Chu. Down the sideline from Skleros. What a ball it was, but even better pickup. And referee says it's gone over the sideline. May have been a bit harshly dealt with, but people closer to me haven't said anything. So Dawson has the ball. Eckert in front, who's 5 yards away. He can't come inside that time until the ball is touched. Fraser.
Sorry, Mossy, I'll just take this moment. Connor Ayres fell very heavily over the back line there. He's off at the moment. He's not looking too well. I think it's a shoulder. He really dug in hard on that turf, and it was a very uncomfortable fall.
They're going to have to play smart hockey here, North. They're up by 1 goal. They've got 1 man down. And a free hit given in the middle of the park. Vimpani. He's got left and right halves overlapping. Skleros down the line. That's Chu. He's got 2 men to beat, and he does. Here goes Chu. Great stuff there by Ben Chu.
Where you are, yeah, good. There's no need.
And Jesse Moss there,
There's no
as
need for
always.
that. Right, end of it.
Among
All right, there's no need for that.
Skleros over the ball. He'll go to Hunt at the back, who's got DeWitt overlapping. Well constructed. He's got a player inside. And here we go through Dawson. He makes it 2-on-3. Got a man trying to chase him down. Here's Burstle. Dawson, though, corralled over the sideline by Vimpani. And it'll be brought back into play by South.
Very experienced play there, Vimpani. Just not committing, following Dawson all the way down the sideline till eventually Dawson ran it over.
I'm Silas Moss, and you just heard the expert comments of Nathan Wilkinson. If you have just joined us, as you see there, it's 2-1 to North, but they're a man down for the entire game. Dane Pettit received his second yellow card. He's now got a red card and will sit in the officials' dugout for the rest of the match.
Another interchange from North. Willard on. Joel Reeves having a rest. He's had a great game so far, Joel Reeves, and he deserves a rest.
It's funny how your feelings can go. Sometimes you get nerves before a grand final. I spoke to Dane Pettit before the start of play, and he said he's never felt better for a game. And he goes out there and gets a red card. I guess he's made a name for himself. DeWitt. Here goes Willett. Continues to go forward. He can drag right to left, Willett. Can also go from left to right. Brilliant stuff. Plays the ball.
No.
Tried to go on with it.
General didn't like that. He just wanted a bit more of an attempt at stopping the ball there before play went on. Jordan Willett, great play. Moved the ball 30, 40 metres and North's now in a great attacking spot here.
Here goes Howie, all alone, left half. Goes on the inside, but no one's there for North. They'll start to tie up. So Dave Willett has to continue to rotate his substitutes. McKenzie. He looks up and his ball as he goes low.
Traditionally, North's not a big subber of players. They've been doing pretty good this game. We'll see what happens in the remainder of this game.
Bosworth is back on, recovered from his shoulder injury. Fraser, he's taken down. Thought he might have been with the hand there on the shoulder.
You're right. Yeah.
It's on the right sideline. We're on the Western Field for those familiar with Newcastle hockey, or the Turton Road side. He's taken a foot of Skleros. Bit of energy from North here. Here's an opportunity. It's going to come. Grushka to Hill. Great save, Deering. Great save, Deering once again. And Hill, given that opportunity and his quality, you'll probably think he should have found his name on the scorer's sheet. But here we go. Grushka comes on the inside, still alive, and we're going to be asked to take it back out.
Right? He's making the effort to come back. You can't run straight in his channel.
Not given there.
Go back.
Dave General's just asking Grushka to just give the defence an opportunity to get back their 5.
Fraser to Howie. He'll look up and see some players. Under a lot of pressures, Hill goes out to Holding. It's a game of numbers here, and Reeves should have made the trap there.
I was watching, Tura.
And you may be able to pick it up. Both coaches getting animated below us. Two of the best players that Newcastle have ever seen. Stuart Deering, played goalkeeper for Australia, and Dave Willett. Probably chose his building career over playing for Australia. Was chosen to go over in the AIS in Perth. And both those players having a number of battles here at this very ground. DeWitt. Fraser. DeWitt does well. So up 2-1 North. Got 14 minutes left on the clock.
Mossy, I'd like to see both teams just strive for a bit of possession here. I've been calling it all game, and I think that's what is needed. We've seen a bit of erratic, a bit of nerves coming into it. It's pressure time of the game. Yeah,
well, it is that time of the game, I guess, where you start to think, well, are we going to win it? And either side here, it's going to be a collective effort of the sides to say, I'm not going to wait for any other player to make the move. I'm going to get out there. And if your players can do that, you'll win this match.
Well, Coach Deering is calling for, play.
Fraser does well. He looks up. He's got players everywhere. Tristan Hunt does well. Once again. Duck. Eckert, brilliant. Here's an opportunity. Sam Mould against the other Dubbo boy. And Howie comes on the inside. Dawson's there. Goes wide to Bosworth. Well, has a shot, but it was going wide and it took Ben Howie's stick to make sure of it. He does well, Howie. And Bosworth will think he probably should have done better there.
Well, the tomahawk was open, wasn't it? I've seen him do it before. He dummied, he turned, and he just didn't have anything on that force stick.
Yeah, well, he scored 3 goals last week. And he's done quite well today as well. And our sponsors today, Waco Quick Form, for all your scaffolding needs.
Well, what I wanted to say quickly, Mossy, is Coach Deering's calling for the ball to be moved forward, and they don't really need to rush. There's plenty of time. They need possession. They need to gradually move it up there.
Referee Tim Pullman. Quality. Oh, could have been a penalty corner there. Hill going to the deck. Vimpani does well. Look at this. This is where the number overlap comes into play. Oh, North, they're in disarray there at the back. Penalty corner given. But as I was saying there, Wilco, it's a game of numbers, and it's starting to open up a little bit. With South, obviously, with the extra number, they'll be looking in the rest of this match to use that advantage.
All the while, North's defence is spending more fuel on making up the ground on that one less player. South are very composed here, setting up the short corner. We've got Bosworth at the top, Vimpani ready to trap. What options have they got here? Look out for old man Farrow running in, number 4 from the left here. He'll go to that left post and he'll be looking for a deflection.
He'd love you calling him old man Farrow. He's a great man. He's been a great player in Newcastle. Come across to South about 3 or 4 years ago to win a Premier. Unfortunately, hasn't got it yet. Trap. Mould goes high and wide. What a flick it was. Dawson was on the post. O'Brien said, I've got this covered. And yet another penalty corner goes to waste for both sides.
Dawson, from this spot, he's gone for a lot of overs. As classy and as sexy it may look, that over. Low percentage play.
Farrow heavy. Rocket Reeves, as they call him, Joel. Moss can't trap. Tommy Duck looks up, has a hit. Moss in the centre. A little bit too fancy. Let's play on now. Reeves looks up, he's got Willett making the run. But DeWitt's there and a free hit given. Could have gone either way.
Knocked him off, mate.
Willett just coming in from the wrong side there, and General's been tough on that all game.
All good, mate.
Been consistent, haven't they?
Very consistent. Professional refereeing.
Duck giving away possession on halfway. Dangerous.
He's just looking a little bit fatigued
Looking
at
up.
the moment, Duck.
Great vision. Jared Joel. Holding's got numbers ahead of him. He'll have to turn around and come back. Goes to the sideline. Clips it across. He did everything I said he shouldn't. And he almost come up with a match-winning pass.
Well, he nearly beat himself. He nearly went over the back line, but great interjection from Holding there up the right wing. He called Joel Reeves square. It was a brilliant build-up by North.
Hunt goes 70 on the fly. And Dawson with the ball over there in front of the Kookaburra sign. Here we go. North. Reeves comes back, takes a deflection. Fraser inside the circle. Little bit too cute. Here's Moss. He'll get a penalty corner for that, and he does. Great play, Jesse Moss. Wins the penalty corner and comes over to have a little bit of a chat to Reynolds. They'd had a few chats on halfway on the last penalty corner that South had. I think Moss might have thought he had a penalty stroke on his cards.
And very unlucky for Fraser there. He picked the ball up and the ball just skipped away on him. He was looking to strike that, and it just
take your time,
slid
guys.
away. But
Keep moving.
great interjection once again by Moss.
Just wait till I drop my
Penalty
left hand
corner for
before you go.
North. What are you thinking, Wilco?
Well, I saw in the warm-up, Matty Dawson put about 3 or 4 in the pigeonhole
Ready,
of
guys.
the top left.
In we go.
That's
and
what
I'll
I'm
hold them for
calling.
you. In we go.
High left, Matty Dawson.
So
Don't
Sean
win,
Fraser
guys.
will push this ball out.
That's all right. All good? Enough room?
Lost a trap. Dawson and Willett over the
Breaking,
top.
guys, wait for it.
Reeves on the left. Here we go. Dawson flicks it out there to Willett. The ball's still alive. It's with Reeves. He'll have a shot and he goes wide. Probably should have played the team game there. But probably a little bit too cute from North. With a player of Dawson's calibre, you'd probably want to see him flick the ball more often.
Well, he dummied it, and he did the little round the back manoeuvre, which has been successful for him in the past, I hear. South once again
You gotta
just
make an effort to
rushing on
stop
that
it.
way out. There's still plenty of time. They're 1 man up. They need to compose.
And if they get a goal up here with a man up, that makes it pretty hard for North.
It's all right. Just settle down. It's all right. It's all right.
And also, you find the nerves do start to creep in now, and it starts to play on your mind. You start thinking, hang on, can we get it? We had belief at the start, but are we actually going to do it today?
Yeah, the natural move is to rush, but they just need to compose. And the old heads like Vimpani out there need to call that.
Bosworth, he'll go himself. Hill will get a yellow card for hitting the ball away. Oh, this is drama here, Wilco. North are now down to 9 men on the field. 9 men on the field for North. They'll be defending pretty much the entire of the rest of this match. Here we go, Dawson. With a level head to Willett. Goes to Dawson. Flips it around. DeWitt comes through. Dawson, he's got Moss out there. Here goes Moss. He's got to beat DeWitt. He does. Has a shot, turns. Deering save. Grushka's there. And another save by Jacob Deering. Moss will probably think he should have done better there.
On body on the line for Grushka. No respect for his welfare. He just went hard there in the back stick straight into the keeper. And well done, Deering, to meet him there.
He's had a stellar game, Jacob Deering. They don't need to rush things, North. They're up 2-1. They're down 2 men.
Oh, it's tense here, Mossy. You can feel it.
First one.
Well, realistically, it's all in South's hand here. To play against 9 men.
You've got Bosworth high on the left here. If the ball can get to him, there's trouble. Here it is.
Bosworth, he's got Eckert in the front of the goal. Brilliantly done there by Grushka, but Bosworth will come at him again. Don't worry about that. And giving away a free hit for obstruction.
And you'll see that often with Bosworth. He turns on the ball and then he'll smash the ball into the defence to try and get that foot. Didn't work for him that time.
So a little over 5 minutes on the clock. Just repeating, if you have joined us, that clock in the top left-hand corner is from the start without stoppages. We don't have the actual clock here. Here we go, North. 3-on-3. Reeves goes down to Fraser. You look up Fraser. It's not what you want to be doing, but they're going for it anyway. I guess trying to actually, for the man, Nick Hill, will come back on shortly.
Souths are playing like the team with 9 men at the moment, Mossy. There's a gap there between both 25s. The ball just made it through not one South defender in the midfield.
Close enough, mate. Way you go. It's all right, good. There's no one around, so.
Willett can't make the trap there. Skleros for South. Going forward to the northern end. Chu cuts back on the inside. Still alive here for South. Vimpani almost got an opportunity in there. I don't know if Vimpani would know what to do. He's a fantastic midfielder. I don't see him hitting many goals, but definitely playing with Vimpani, who was a player that you wanted to play with because he was just so calm, composed, and just brilliant, really.
Well, he needs to shed a bit of experience that right now and get the message out to a few of these young players. They need to be calm. It takes 10 seconds to get the ball up the pitch. There's still minutes to go.
There goes Willett. Jordan Willett, the youngest brother. There's 3 of them. Josh being the older one, he's in North's first grade side today, won a second grade premiership as well. And young Kai, bit of a star coming up through the junior ranks.
So Souths are playing one man high at the moment. They're just hoping for Hail Mary to get it up to him, and then it'll be a one-on-one with Sean O'Brien. Duck tried hard against Dawson there. Dawson showing his strength.
It's an interesting tactic, isn't it? The fact they've got, you know, two-man overlap here, that they're not, try to just play a normal system and work their way up.
Well, ultimately, that one high player brings the man down to only a one-man advantage, really.
They've got some space over here. Farrow. Beautiful ball to Skleros on the baseline. Cuts back in. Took a touch they probably didn't want. Chu. Does he win a penalty corner? No. Play on. Brilliant stuff. North at the back.
And good refereeing.
They cannot concede a goal here, North. They are two men down at the moment. Hill will come onto the field shortly. But they just cannot concede, and Matt Dawson does what we always called heading for the creek, and a good thing to be doing at this stage in the match.
South straight back into it. What attack have they got here?
Duck.
A little bit of inexperience there by Duck.
So North's just winding down the clock here. Anything can happen. They're up 2-1. And we're in the final stages of this matches here in the Hunter Coast Premier League. Our match day sponsor today, Waco Quickform Scaffolding. Get a hold of them online. Just Google it, Waco Quickform.
Another over.
Dawson comes out. Fraser's there. He does well. Looks in. Comes back to Reeves.
No look
Moss.
pass by Reeves.
Does well, Moss. Nice turn. That's it. Experience. Looks up to Reeves.
Play!
Moss inside. Oh, penalty stroke. Well done, Jesse Moss. And it was Tristan Hunt who made a deliberate play to knock him off the ball and stopped an attempted goal. That's a penalty stroke.
You knew what you were doing.
And the South players are
Is he
not
only
happy
shot on
at all.
goal? Why did he miss the ball? I guess he come in behind him.
In the centre there.
Away.
Moss with the pirouette, turn
He
and
knows,
run,
don't worry.
and to collect the ball back again in the circle.
And that's
we're near the end of 70 minutes, and he's showing he's still got some legs.
and that's exactly what you want, is to see your players make the pass on halfway, and then he has the vision to know he's probably going to get the ball in the top of the circle if he gets there, and that's what he did.
Yeah, most of the hard work in today's hockey is off the ball. It's not about just giving the pass and stopping. You need to give the pass and keep your motor going, and that's exactly what Moss did there. So we've got Dawson lining up here, Mossy.
Keeper Deering. Dawson for the grand final for North. Matt Dawson. Shot. Goal! And that's the grand final here at Newcastle International Hockey Centre. Matt Dawson has put his side up North 3-1. And they'll be celebrating tonight, the Blue Boys. They've played the majority of this second half, one man down, with Dane Pettit being sent off, and then Nick Hill got 5 minutes in the sin bin, which meant it was 9 players for a lot of this second half of the match. But South, they're still going to give themselves an opportunity. They still think they can win it from here, and so they should. Hill just driving it down to the corner.
We're not too sure how long to go, Mossy, but I can tell you the history between these two teams in grand finals, a 2-goal advantage doesn't always fare well. I've seen grand finals won and lost from 2 goals down between these two clubs. Duck at the right-hand side. South building, hoping to get another chance at a goal to make it 3-2.
Here's an opportunity, Skleros. Hill. And the ball taken over the sideline. If Norths are clever here, they won't run to it, like Dawson does. And we're looking just to flick this one down as far as he possibly can.
Throws the dummy.
Does well again. He'll win the free hit. Oh, look at that. It's all class. It is all class here.
There's Fraser with a lead to the 7.
Can he get there? No, he can't. He probably should have come inside there, Reeves. And the crowd is counting it down here. North have defeated South.
Thanks, mate. Cheers,
Revenge from last year's grand final loss to the entrance. What an amazing victory it was here for North. They played the back end of the match with one man down, then two. And South, they'll be disappointed with this one. And North go on to win the 2014 Hunter Coast Premier League Grand Final. They are the premiers. It was North's 3-1.
A few of those South boys, especially the young fellas, can hold their heads high. I thought they had a very competitive game. And led by Vimpani in the centre, they're veterans, their old boys played well too. Very unfortunate to have John Finance off early in the game, Mossy.
Yeah, look, it's probably was the telling thing for South. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you have to be able to cover for him, and that's probably the thing for North. They have that depth, but it's disappointing not only for South and the game, but for John Finance as well. He'll be back, you know, in next year. I'm sure that these two teams will be firing their way. Their flags will be flying here on this same ground.
Well, we've got kids flocking onto the field, reminiscent of the good old days. Can't take a piece of this turf home, but
you can't. So just repeating here, big thanks to Bar TV who have put us on here today. Match day, which is Waco Quick Form for their scaffolding. Silas Moss here and Nathan Wilkinson with you. And signing out, it was in the Hunter Coast Men's Premier League. North 3, defeating South 1.